Yo, welcome to my page. This is Buddha AQ, and the AQ is for Aquarius because what a time it is to be alive, and because I'm an Aquarius. So this is going to be a little bit different. I'm not doing all 5 design types. This time I'm doing one reading. This is the new moon eclipse reading, and I'm going to do it on the open centers so all design types can watch this reading. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because, eclipse season is pretty, it pretty much deals with like introspection, self-reflection, a lot of chaos going on and stuff. So, and that's kind of where we can be influenced or take the time to see where we've been conditioned and influenced and take the time to work on ourselves and stuff like that and become more self-aware. So I'm just going to do it on the open centers, right? And the aspects of the open center so everybody can watch this. And so before I get started, as usual, if you want to follow me on any social media, my Instagram is @buddha.aq. If you want to buy any of my crystal jewelry, I'm at Eagle Vision Crystals on Instagram, Eagle Vision Crystals on TikTok, Eagle Vision Crystals on Facebook. If you just want to go straight to the site and buy it directly from there, it's eaglevisioncrystals.com, and just, click on the little 3 lines up in the corner and then go to the shop section. And follow my new page for tarot, Tarot 4 Bros, Tarot the number 4 Bros. I'm just doing something to help the fellas out, give the fellas some guidance. Ladies are welcome too. I say that in my intro, and you can basically use my guidance and, give it directly to your dad, your boyfriend, your husband, your brother, whoever, right? And you don't even have to say you got it from me, or you could direct them to the page, but you could plagiarize if you want. Tarot 4 Bros, Tarot the number 4 Bros. That's on Instagram and TikTok. So, all right, enough about me. Let's get into the reading. So I shuffled these already a little bit with the selenite just to kind of clear the energy. And if anybody reads tarot that's watching me right now, that's a good way for me. Like, I'll literally hold the selenite in my hand when I'm clearing a deck, and then literally just still shuffling. Didn't feel like that was a card that was meant for anything, but yeah, just hold the selenite in your hand while you shuffle. And, just put the intentions that you're clearing the deck. Okay, this flipped over though, so let's see. So starting with the crown center, dealing with thoughts, ideas, inspiration, right? Of course, Ace of Swords is going to come out, and that's clarity, right? So what a thing to start off with when it comes to the crown center for, for the eclipse, when you're doing like some self-reflection. So yeah. As far as your thoughts, ideas, inspiration, it's very important that you need to get clear on what's coming up for you, the thoughts that are coming up for you about, the things that you're responsible for, like especially Ten of Wands dealing with like career and work and stuff like that, like, but mainly responsibilities and stuff. Like, get clear on what you're responsible for and what's not really like working out for you in a sense. What thoughts, ideas are coming up for you that aren't working out for you. These two together, actually, like, just meaning like, you tried it out, but it wasn't really, oh shit, y'all can't really see it. I just looked at the screen. Can't see the first card too well. All right, but yeah, what's not really working out for you? What thoughts, ideas, what were you inspired by that, like, you decided to just try, right? And it ended up becoming a little bit draining because it didn't really work out in the way that you thought that it would, so start to reflect on those things and move those out. Excuse me, should have brought some water, but move those out of, of your life, because what happens is a lot of times because a lot of us have the crown center open, we do take in those thoughts and ideas and we become inspired by other things outside of ourselves. And instead of like really creating, you know, things in our own way and making those things that inspire us unique to us, our own way in doing it, we try to copy it, right? We try to copy it because, well, that's the blueprint. Someone else did it, and so I can do it, and I can get it done quick because I can see how they already did it, and I don't even have to put the work in. Like, yeah, that doesn't really work out a lot, you know, because it's not our energy, you know. So yeah, so just get clear on which things are like not working out for you when it comes to like your purpose, your passion, your career, your job. Like, you know, or are you in a job that's not working out right now? Do you need to switch fields? You know, whatever it is, like, or maybe it's just, you know, what things do you need to like develop a new system for, or a new way of doing things, right? So just reflect on that, right? Reflect on that. What have you done that kind of like you tried to copy maybe, or just felt like it was a good idea but ended up not really working out, and either get rid of it or figure out a way to make it unique to work for yourself, right? All right, so let's move on to the third eye, an open third eye. Okay, so third eye dealing with like processing information and, you know, logical thinking and stuff. So, you know, just let me see. So, you know, just kind of like being open to what things that are like bringing you success, but or where you want to be successful, that again, like, because the crown center is a pressure center pushing all the thoughts and ideas that come to you, like, and they're pushing it down, right, and making you process it logically. Not they, but the crown is pushing it down, making you process things logically, and so that you can express it through the throat. But really, it's like, you know, what things are you trying to be successful in, right? And it's almost just piggybacking off of the crown center. Like, what things are you trying to be successful in that but aren't really like becoming like, you know, they're not materializing in the way that you want, you know, like what things aren't really stable right now that you've been, you know, working on or working towards success with, right? And so that way, once you get rid of these things and stop trying to like figure out, because the third eye deals with figuring out issues, solving problems, whatever. Like, once you just totally get rid of those things, you basically, you know, you're not worrying about them anymore, right? You're not worrying about them anymore. You don't have to take time in figuring it out anymore. And just when it doesn't work out, it's not, you know, bringing you down. It's not causing you to possibly feel a little depressed that things aren't working out the way that you thought, you know. So yeah, you know, like figure out the things that you need to really get rid of. So, because once you get rid of it, this is what happens, right? This is what happens. Like right here, these last three cards, you're not wasting your time. You're not worrying about it, and you eliminate the low vibrational energy of not being successful, because it's just, you know, it's just not meant for you to do, you know, or that certain way of doing things just aren't meant for you to do, right? So let's move on to the throat. So it's really crazy how that piggybacked off of the crown center, but that's how it works, right? That's how human design works. The crown pushes the energy down and makes you process those thoughts, ideas, and what you're inspired by, to think about it logically and figure out the ways to like get those ideas worked out to where it's like, okay, like now I'm gonna make it a thing and it's gonna manifest into my reality. But anyway, so when it comes to the throat energy for this eclipse season, let's see what we have. So especially having an open throat, right? Because these are all open centers that we're looking at. So when it comes to an open throat, like, you need to like walk away or not really entertain the emotional things, right? Because these both kind of deal with like, because this deals with kind of like walking away, and this is like moving on to something new. And so it's like more of like, think before you get into your emotions, right? And express things emotionally, because having an open throat, sometimes it's just the way the energy works. It's nothing wrong with you, but the way the energy works, sometimes you will just say what's on your mind, right? And especially if it makes you feel some sort of way, depending on, your solar plexus center, your emotional center. But before you express those emotions, like it's like, take a second to like really stop and look at, and process logically, coming back up to your your third eye center, like process logically, like what's going on, look at the details of why you feel the way you feel, and learn yourself, right? Learn your emotions, like, figure things out, if it's even worth like, engaging in, or, if it's even as serious as it sounds, right? Or the emotions, are you getting ahead of yourself with your emotions? Because, like with all the chaotic things that can happen during eclipse season, right? Like it can really take you out of your heart, if you're not, being self-aware, right? But from above, because the Hierophant for me, is higher consciousness. So from above, it's telling you pretty much like, don't go forward with communicating or expressing yourself without knowing the who, what, why, where's, whatever, everything about what you're about to express, because it can get you into something that, may not pay off for you or be beneficial for you, depending on what's about to come out your mouth or what you're about to do physically, because it doesn't have to just deal with like words. The throat also deals with physical expression, the way you physically express yourself. So, basically just saying, think before you act, think before you speak is really what that throat spread is kind of telling you. So let's move on to the self-center, dealing with direction, purpose, love, identity. All right, 7 of Wands, King of Cups in reverse. All right, so, it's telling you like, not like to just basically don't try to really fight to show who you are, right? Like don't fight to show who you are. Don't like just know that in yourself, like you have to feel things out when it comes to like where you're going in life, who you are as a person, like, just allow things to happen. Allow yourself to go through certain experiences that help you find your path, help you find your way, even if they're difficult, right? Because what comes after like the difficult situations or the chaotic situations or whatever, it's like you come out on the other side like learning more about who you are as a person, like and getting even closer, a step closer to like everything you want in life, or just for that period of your life, or whatever the case is. Like, so stop like trying to fight and forcing yourself to like find a path or find yourself, or like let it happen, like just flow. Just allow yourself to flow, you know, be in harmony with yourself, you know. So, you know, it's not wise for you to always be battling yourself or be battling other people to which comes down to the heart center. So I'll be interested in seeing what comes out, because proving yourself, dealing with the heart, the ego, you know, that can come from not really having a clear understanding of what your path is, or really understanding yourself and knowing yourself, you know, like to the point of like you're just confident in yourself, right? And that can come with having an open self-center and an open heart, you know. But you know, that's that. But when you realize that you're doing certain things that are bringing you out of your energy, that's when you gain that wisdom, and you can just let things be, and you can just be, you know, just be, basically, you know, just let things flow. So yeah, stop trying to fight so hard, especially against yourself, and forcing yourself to but forcing yourself to figure out like, what is your path, what is your purpose, like figuring out your heart. Just when you start to quiet all the noise like that, like the answers will come. The experiences showing you that will come. Okay, let's flip over. Yeah, control, right? So we're moving on to the heart center. See what else comes out. Yeah, I feel like it's really like playing, you know, it's really like playing on the self-center, you know, like be alert and be aware and alert of like what you're trying to control, right? And stop working so hard on finding that path, right? Just let that path come to you. You don't like, and don't look outside of yourself, you know. Don't look outside of yourself. Like allow the path to come to you, you know. But you know, when it comes to the heart center, dealing with willpower, ego, and stuff like that, it's like the ego is allowing or making you want to control how hard you're working, or how much effort that you're putting into like finding your path, right? And so you're kind of like being influenced outside of yourself, like by what you're seeing other people doing, right? And because what other people are doing, especially if they have defined heart centers, can get into your heart center, right? Influence you in the heart center aspect, and then you're using your willpower to try to, you know, do something that really isn't meant for you, right? It's just because you're seeing it outside of yourself and being influenced. So be aware of you trying to control that. So it really does piggyback off of the self-center. Definitely a follow-up to that self-center energy. All right. So we did the heart. Let's move on to the solar plexus, the emotional center. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so basically, really process your emotions. Like, take the time to process your emotions. Kind of exactly what it was saying, like from the throat center. Like, think before you speak, but really like go within and understand what you're feeling. You know, tune. I know this is intuition. You know, so but whatever your inner authority is, like tune into that. You know, and start to and process those emotions. And you know, don't allow yourself to get too excited by the things that are getting you emotional, right? You know, to where you don't really have to contemplate on whether or not it was this or that. You know, did a person mean something a certain way, right? Like, you have to get disciplined with your emotions. You have to get disciplined because they're not yours. If you have an open solar plexus, an open emotional center, because we're doing all open centers in this reading, then you can be influenced. Like, you want to, like, be in your own space and be the observer, right? Be the observer. Don't get stuck in the ocean of emotions of other people, because when it comes to emotions, you are basically picking up all the emotions outside of you, even when you're on your own, right? And maybe somebody's, like, things are coming up for you that it's making you emotional, and you're, by yourself. And but the thing is that you store those emotions that you've picked up as you were growing up, as a kid, the experiences throughout life. Like, if you don't process those, they're still within you. You're still holding on to those. Like, you pick those up in your solar plexus center and you've never processed them. So this is a good time to go within, especially because it is, eclipse season. I don't know why I was about to say solar plexus season, but because that's what we're on. But it is it's a good time to really, like, process those emotions that you're still holding on to as well, and that way that you can release those, because that may be something that's holding you back in life in certain aspects. Still holding on to emotions that you've never processed from the past. Okay, let's see. Moving on to the sacral center. All right, so I can see you're kind of like looking at, like if you have an open sacral center, that means you're not a generator or a manifesting generator. So like, it's really, even though if you're aware of your human design and you're familiar with human design, like, we live in a generator and a manifesting generator world, and they do a lot of stuff, and so therefore it's like, it's important to look at all the things that you're doing, so that you aren't allowing yourself to, like, feel drained, right? Feel defeated because you just have too much going on, right? And it's kind of messing with your abundance and the things that you're really meant to be doing, right? Like what you're really called to do, and because when you become spread thin with your time, with your energy and stuff like that, like, you're not allowing yourself to receive, you're not allowing yourself to receive because you're putting out too much of your energy, and you can't really focus on the things that you are meant to be, meant to focus on. So really take a look at everything that you're doing. Some things need to be put off. Some things need to maybe stop. Whatever it is, look at the things that aren't as important, that don't really matter that much, and kind of get rid of those things, or consolidate some things, or whatever's going to help you, like, get things done more efficiently is what you're going to have to start to put into place, right? Or get rid of doing certain things, or getting rid of certain people that are taking up too much of your time, too much of your energy. So for the sacral center, look at everything that you're doing that's taking up all of your energy. So moving on to the spleen, which deals with which deals with instincts, intuition, fear, healthy fear, really, right? But with the open spleen, you guys are, like, able to, because I don't have an open spleen, so this ain't for me. So yeah, it's kind of like use your instincts and your intuition, or not yours, but like allow yourself to see like what you are materializing, like, you know, in your life, like what things are materializing in your life that aren't really like making you happy, and it's like it's almost like it's an inconvenience for you, right? It's not allowing you to like take time to look at things and get a full picture of things, right? It's not allowing you to be in the moment, you know, because in order for you to be abundant in whatever it is that you desire, like you need to be able to have the time and be patient with certain things, right? Even though patience really deals with the root center. So once again, I'd be surprised to see, or interested to see, what comes up next for the root center. But since the spleen deals with, like, you know, instincts, intuition, it helps you from being inconvenienced, helps you stay out of harm's way when you have it open, right? So you might be a little bit more riskier, you might be doing a little bit more things that you know, may cause you to be inconvenienced in a sense, a little bit more than those with defined spleens. So see what things you're doing, that reflect on things that you're doing that are not like allowing you like time and space to self-reflect, or you know, the things that are like inconveniencing you to make that, and it's causing you to be unhappy, right? Because you need to really take your time with things before you take action, or you know, make decisions and stuff, you know. And the spleen, if it's open, clearly isn't going to be a space where you make decisions from. So from a person with a defined spleen, you know, take it from me that take some time to reflect on the things that are like causing you to be inconvenienced, because I hate being inconvenienced, and I hate when I don't listen to my instincts and my intuition, because the spleen is actually my inner authority. So yeah. Lastly, the root. So let's see. So Queen of Swords in reverse, Five of Cups, Two of Wands, the Justice, and the Three of Wands. So, it's definitely something that you aren't, like, you regret that you're not like being truthful with yourself with. Like maybe you're making choices too quick. You're making choices too quick, being rushed, because the root deals with, like, you know, it rules the adrenals. It deals with like being pressured and stressed and rushed and stuff like that. And when it's open, you do need to take your time. So you know, you need to like really, and not that you're not being truthful with yourself, but like you're not even seeing like the things that are causing you to regret the way that, like, the option that you chose. Like you probably made choices too quick, because the outside, like your external world, other people that probably have defined root centers are rushing you to make choices. And that's a thing, you know. It's crazy that the Two of Wands comes up when it comes to the spleen, because I mean the root center, because you know, those people with defined root centers, like they make choices really quick, you know. So and they'll expect people with open root centers to do the same, but you really need to, like, you know, be fair with yourself. You know, be fair with yourself before you just make a choice. Like choose what's gonna like be fair to you, you know, that's gonna allow you to expand on whatever the decision is, you know. Because when you just make a choice and it's not the right choice, then you're kind of caught up in whatever the situation is, and you're not able to like expand on, you know, whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the situation is, and you're not able to like expand on, you know, whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the decision is, and you're not able to like expand on whatever the situation as a whole, because you've already made the wrong decision. And so like it kind of gets cut off right there, if that makes sense, you know, because you already went the wrong way. It's like, okay, if I'm you know, if I'm driving and I'm trying to get somewhere, and if I go left, it's a dead end. If I go right, you know, I'm making it to my destination. It's almost like, okay, well, if I'm being pressured and I hurry up and just turn left, well, there's no going any further. There's a dead end, right? But if I turn right, if I take my time to like slow down a little bit, because that's what the route is about, slowing down, taking your time, and looking both ways first. Oh, if I go left, then yeah, I'm not going anywhere else. If I go right, then I'm gonna get to where I want to go, and you know, whatever, things will work out. So that's kind of how you have to look at it. You know, don't rush in making decisions and choices. So that's all of the 9 centers. I hope this was helpful. I hope this, you know, resonated with you. Leave some comments below if it did. If you have any human design questions, leave it below as well. I also do human design bodygraph readings. I offer 2 different type of readings. We can go over just the energy centers, and then I also offer going over the energy centers and all of your chart properties. You know, like your strategy, your profile, your digestion type, strongest sense, all of that type of stuff. So I don't have my old website up for booking right now, but if you send me an email or if you hit me up on one of my social medias, preferably my personal page, buddha.aq on Instagram, then I'll work out. You also get packets. I'll give you packets depending on if you get the first option or the second option. The first option with just the energy centers comes with 1 packet. The second option with going over everything comes with 2 packets for you to always refer back to after we're done with the reading. But you know, hit me up either through email or through one of my social media platforms, and you know, we can set something up for a human design chart reading. So again, if you want to follow me on social media, on Instagram, I'm at buddha.aq. If you're interested in any of my crystal jewelry, I'm at Eagle Vision Crystals. That's Eagle Vision Crystals on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. And if you just want to go straight to the website, it's eaglevisioncrystals.com. And then lastly, again, you know, follow my new tarot page that I'm doing for the guys, trying to help give men some guidance through tarot. It's at Tarot 4 Bros, Tarot the number 4 Bros, and that's on TikTok and Instagram. And again, ladies are welcome too, so you can just either send the men in your life to my page, or you can just plagiarize me and give them the guidance that you see in my readings and say it came from you. All right, so until the next readings, I'll probably be doing the May readings for each design type next. So until then, peace out.